Hello again, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about this IYV Les Paul copy guitar that are readily available on Amazon and a few other places. I got this guitar in Canadian dollars for $210 Canadian on sale. And I'm looking over this guitar. It is a fantastic value. I know there's a lot of videos about this guitar, but we're going to take it one step further in our video today. And we're going to change the volume pots on this one because they have a linear taper pot in here, and I'm going to attempt to put some nice CTS audio taper in there to get a smoother roll off and on the volume controls. I haven't seen many people talking about this. Everybody is saying that this is just a veneer on top, which would be beautiful if it was. But if you look right here, and you probably won't be able to see that in the camera, right there, you can see that that is a real cap. This guitar is awesome. It plays fantastic. The pickups actually sound very good. My only fault that I could find with this one is it uses the little dime-sized pots inside, and we're going to be replacing at least 2 of them today. I would have ordered all 4, but I wanted to make sure that I got the right length pot to fit through the body. So and we're also going to add some nice Sprague orange drop 22 0.022 microfarad caps, I believe they are, the Spragues anyways. Right now they got 47s in them, and that's usually more common in like a Stratocaster style guitar. So anyways, here's just a quick test, a quick clean test of the different tones. So we're going to roll up. Here's this would be the bridge pickup. Okay, that's the bridge. We'll roll that off. Let's do the rhythm pickup. Same chords all the way up. Okay, now I'm hearing a slight bit of muddiness coming out of this one, and that's quite common from humbuckers if you're going to put a 0.47 capacitor in there. So we'll see. We'll do the before and after we've got the 0.22 cap in there. And the other thing I noticed with these linear taper pots, you can hear when it's all the way up, it comes through fairly clear, but as soon as I start rolling it off, not much happens, and then it just almost dies off, and there's not much change. So we're going to hope that the audio taper pots fix that problem. And just for giggles, there's both pickups wide open. Both pickups wide open. Super great value, this guitar. And by the way, what we are playing through is the mono price 15 watt tube amp. And those are, in Canada, they're about $450 right now, and it's a little Blues Junior, more or less, type of clone. I've played lots of Blues Juniors. This is a really good value. It sounds like a Blues Junior. So for around $700, you get a Les Paul copy and a Blues Junior copy. I mean, that's unheard of these days. The Blues Juniors alone are going for about $1,200, but that will be for another video. So we're going to cut to the next shot here, and we're going to show you what's involved swapping these new pots in, and that should be fun. Just, my eyes aren't that great, so we'll struggle through that. All right. I would also like to point out that this has a mahogany body that appears to be in 3 pieces. That looks like that's 1 piece up to there. There's another piece there, and then this is 1 piece. And the neck, so I was very surprised to find out, does not have a scarf joint. There's no scarf joint there. What they have done, and Les Paul Gibsons used to do this, I think back in the 70s, is it's 3 pieces. I think the Gibsons used to insert some mahogany or walnut or something stripes down there, but that's three continuous pieces from there to there. Very nice neck. I just I rounded the ends over on the nut a little bit with the file, and that is a bone nut. And you will probably not have to do any more than round the ends off. They were a little bit sharp, but as far as the action goes, the action was beautiful right out of the box. Really, really nice. No sharp frets, and yeah, I don't know if you can see that in the light, but that flaming is just beautiful. I'm gonna try again to get that into the shot there. You can see, I hope you can see right there, there is, you can see the full maple cap. So, and the cavities are in fact shielded properly with shielding paint. So, I'll just quickly pull these screws out here. I'll just pull those out. Let you have a look inside of the cavity before we change things up. And we're taking screws out. These are the sprayed orange drop caps at .22. They were not cheap. They were like $10 Canadian for 2 of them. You can probably find them cheaper, but this is pretty common for Gibsons. I think they use those in a lot of their guitars, either that or bumblebee caps. When I was looking for bumblebee caps, they wanted like $40 for a pair of them. Seemed a little bit extravagant for an inexpensive guitar. Okay, we'll pop that off, and they do have shielding on the back of these plates. So we'll just set that over there for now. And as you can see inside of there, they've used the little dime-sized pots and the little tiny chiclet 0.47 capacitors on the tone pots here. But what I've noticed they have done here is they've used a B style pots, 500 ohm pots for the volumes, and they've used A type for the tones, and it's usually done the other way around. I don't know if that's just the way they're doing it or if it was a mistake, but nonetheless it still sounds pretty good the way it is. If you don't feel like doing this mod, you certainly don't have to. It's a really great guitar, and I would take it out and gig with it right straight out of the box. You can see very nice shielding. So today what we're going to be doing is putting in the new orange drop sprigs in here, and we're going to replace these 2 pots with some CTS 500K pots. So let's get right on it. And here's a great little trick in case you've been struggling to pull off the knob. Sometimes they're hard to get a hold of. Some people know this one, some people don't, but if you take a thin cloth and you get it wrapped around under the pot, you can get a hold of the knob, and then they come right off like that. Very good little trick. Let's see if we can do that again. See how nice and easy that works. I wish I had known that a long time ago. It would have saved me some grief and scratched up guitars. There we go. And one more. There we have it. That's how easy that is. And then we can just loosen off. I know I shouldn't be using pliers for this, but I'm trying to be very careful. Let it loose. Let it loose. loose. Okay, now we're just going to put a little bit of heat shrink onto these caps so that nothing ends up shorting out in there. Should be okay. Maybe we'll set that over there. And we'll do the zoom on this one. And I think, okay, these are not polarized, so probably want to put a little hook on the end of this, just so that I can, just to make it a little easier to hold in place while I solder it. Oh, I can see that heat shrink didn't grab very good either. Let's put a little bit more heat on that. Get that to stay in place. Come on. There we go. That should do that. And I'll heat that one down a wee bit better so it doesn't move around. That's hot. Okay, got that. And we'll put a little hook on the end of that one as well, just so that I can help me hold it in place. I think that needs a bit more of a hook. So what I'm going to do here, I think I'm just going to wire them with the modern style wiring, the way they've got it. They've got the caps just wired to the tone pots, and I'm going to try it that way. And then when we get the new tone pots to add to this equation here, we'll probably wire the capacitor from the tone pot directly to the volume pot, which I believe is the traditional Gibson style wiring. Okay, we've got the Sprague orange drops installed, and our next step now will be to replace these two little dime size volume pots with the CTS audio taper pots, and we'll give her a test. Okay, we've got our new pots, and they are CTS A500K, and the shaft where it goes through the guitar is a little bit bigger than the hole. These are for American guitars. So what we're going to do is, I'm fortunate enough I have a reamer for when I'm building violins. So I'm just going to ream that out a little bit. You could use a drill bit, but I feel a little bit safer using a reamer. That way I can go very slow. So let's give this a shot. And I'm going to be very careful here not to crack my paint. Okay, we'll just do a little bit. And pop her out. And we're close. We are close. We'll go a little bit more. I don't want to push too hard because it'd be very easy to crack that poly finish. And that poly finish, when it cracks, it can chip out in really big pieces. Okay, we'll try that now. And there we go. That's the one we're looking for. Let's take a quick look and make sure that shaft is actually long enough to go through the guitar. Yeah, it should be just long enough. Okay. We're good to go there. That's fairly snug. Let's flip that over like that. And we will solder that in. Right in there. And another thing to check, I did check, and as you can see, there is plenty of room for the full-size pots in the cavity here. So one thing to be really careful for that I noticed when you solder everything back up is be careful once you put it back in, make sure that these lugs don't touch the shielding on the side, or you will have some shorts and problems. Just be aware of that as you're doing it. Okay, well, we'll get the soldering equipment hooked up here and we'll solder that in. And now we can clearly see there's a big difference in these pots. There's the CTS, there's the little mini pot. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this first tab, I've bent it over with my needle nose pliers, and I'm going to solder that right to the housing like we have here, and then all my grounds will go to that point, and then this one will go over to the tone control, and the center one will be the red wire that connects up to our three-way switch. Now we have the new CTS 500K audio taper pots installed, and the new orange drop capacitors installed, and we still have the dime-sized home pots there. We will be changing those now that I know the right length to go through the front of the body. So all we've got left to do at the moment is we're going to give her a test, make sure that I wired everything up correctly. Okay, a day or two later here now, we've got the new pots installed into the IYV Les Paul copy that you find on Amazon for anywhere between $200 and $300. I mean, this is a great guitar. I'm really impressed. I did swap out the pots for some CTS pots. Do you need to do it? I don't know. I didn't notice a great big difference with the pot. They'll probably last longer. But overall, just the way it is when it comes from the factory, it's a good guitar. This one needed very little setup, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. Like I've mentioned already, you can see that it's clearly got a full maple top. I don't know if it's a plain maple top. It looks like it is, but it's a really great value. It feels just as nice as any Les Paul I've had, and to my taste, the pickups are just fine. I mean, if you want to swap them out, you can, but you really don't need to. I would take this thing out and gig it, no problem. So, you know, you just, here we go on the, I'll just give you a sound on the bridge pickup here. You know, it's like, very articulate, you know, and get up into both pickups here. Nice warm tones there. Nothing wrong with that at all. And we'll go up onto neck pickup here. Again, it's not muddy at all. Like some pickups, the more inexpensive pickups, you'll find that they're kind of muddy, but this one is not. This is nothing wrong with that at all. This thing sounds almost as nice as my Gibson that's worth 3, 4, 5 times the price. So if you're on a budget, you want a Les Paul style guitar, I would highly recommend this to anybody. So thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you on the next one. We've got a whole bunch more budget instruments to share with you here in the very near future. See you next time.